watching Rhea Books. Today's video is going to be the 8th installment in my currently checked out series. If you're new to my channel and you've never seen any of my currently checked out videos before, essentially the purpose of this series is to raise awareness about the different types of resources available via public libraries. I live in San Francisco, so the San Francisco Public Library system is the one that I utilize the most often. However, I also utilize other library systems in the Bay Area on occasion. At the end of each video, I'll be giving you guys a price tally of how much money I saved by utilizing the resources available to me via my local public libraries. A few housekeeping things before I actually jump into what I currently have checked out this week is, one, I am sorry for the 2-week lapse in videos again. Last weekend was my 29th birthday. I went out, I got lit, I hung out with friends all weekend. I didn't really have it in me to sit down and record or video or really do anything of that nature, so I didn't. But I'm back this week, and I think in the end of the day, that's really all that matters. So now without further ado, let me just tell you about all the things that I currently have checked out from my local public library this week. The first thing that I have checked out this week is Bannerless by Carrie Vaughn. This is San Francisco Public Library's On the Same Page book for March/April. For January/February, it was Toni Morrison's Beloved, which I read, and now I'm going to read this one because I think pretty much my only reading goal for this year is to read all of the On the Same Page books so I could talk about them with the patrons and blah-de-blah-de-blah, la-di-da-di-da. But yeah, this one seems pretty interesting. It's about the dystopian society, I believe. Yeah, it seems interesting, and each of these like little series comes with a bookmark that lets you know about different book clubs that are coming up, read-alikes that are similar to this book, and some more information about the book. But anywho, that is the first thing that I have checked out this week, and I think I'm looking forward to reading it. I'm a little bit uncertain. I'm not really very big on like dystopian / apocalyptic / new world type of stories, so I'm nervous, but I'm looking forward to reading it. The second thing that I checked out this week is The Good Liar by Searle, I don't know. Once again, another book that I don't really know too much about. All I know is that I was checking out the DVD version of the book, or the movie adaptation of the book, and I saw that Ian McKellen and I want to say Meryl Streep, but I'm unsure if that's who it was. But Ian McKellen was in it, and it looked like a really interesting movie, so put it into the library catalog and saw that there was also a book. So I decided I'm going to read the book before I watch the movie because your girl likes to read book to movie adaptations. It makes my day. So I'm looking forward to reading this. From what I understand, it's about an older man who kind of scams widows and older women, and it sounds exciting, and I'm going to imagine everything in Ian McKellen's voice, so I'm looking forward to it. The third thing that I have checked out is Not the Girl You Marry by Andie J. Christopher. I like romances. I'm still kind of sort of on my romance binge. I've fallen out of it a little bit, which is an interesting feeling because I miss like the good feelings of a cheesy, adorable romance, but I'm trying to, you know, keep up with it, keep reading romances. Plus, this looks like it's an interracial couple, and I'm all about the interracial romance, so I'm looking forward to it. The fourth thing that I have checked out this week, and one that I actually finished reading, is Deathless Divide by Justina Ireland. This is the sequel to Dread Nation, which I absolutely adored. However, I did end up giving this one 3 out of 5 stars, just because I felt like more could have been done, and it didn't need to be as thick as it is if more hadn't been done. I don't know if that makes sense. In my head it makes sense, but how I'm saying it probably doesn't make sense. But I did enjoy it. It is a really interesting series. It's about a post-Civil War America where instead of peace and unity reigning throughout the land, there's a whole bunch of zombies, and they're called shamblers, and black people are essentially tasked with taking down zombies and providing protection for white people. And it is very interesting. San Francisco is also briefly mentioned in this book, which is probably why I liked it so much. And the fifth book that I currently have checked out, and the one that I'm actually currently reading at the moment, is Interior Chinatown by Charles Yu, I think. I hope that was his last name. Anywho, this book is about the genericness of how Hollywood portrays Asian Americans, and it's funny. It's funny in a very weird way. I actually don't think I'm gonna finish reading it just because I can't really immerse myself in it the way that I wish I could immerse myself in it, but it is funny. Yeah, it's funny. That's all I can really think to say about it. And it's a Lucky Day collection book, which I've talked about on this channel before. Basically, Lucky Day rewards you for walking to the library by letting you pass the hold line on popular books and just picking it up off the shelf and taking it home with you. I thought this book just looked like it was going to be funny, so I checked it out, and that's kind of it. I don't know what else to say. All right, the next chunk of books I'm about to show you guys, I'm going to kind of do pretty quickly, and that's because all of these books were books that I had put on hold, and they had insanely long hold lines, or they were in the process of being purchased, so I assumed they'd kind of like come in a staggered order, but they all came in on the same day, which just made me incredibly anxious. And these are all the books that I'm probably not really gonna read, but I'm gonna probably return unread so the next person in line can check them out. The first of these books, in which just came in all at once, is The Only Child by Mae Seo. I don't know, it sounded right in my head, probably sounded horribly wrong on camera. Basically, this is a Korean thriller / suspense story translated into English. I was really excited when I saw it in the catalog, but now that I've kind of like read the synopsis and read a few of the first pages, I'm pretty unsure about it. I'm gonna put it on a shelf in my library's catalog thing for later and maybe check it out at another point in time, but just not the book that I want to read right now. The next one, and one that was in the process of being purchased and had been in the process of being purchased for what I felt like was forever, and I think it was this one, is Making Our Way Home, The Great Migration and the Black American Dream by, I think, Blair, Imani. This one I kind of sort of thought was going to be more graphic novel focused, kind of like March, and instead it's kind of more picture booky in a way. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's not really a book format that I find appealing, so this one I'm going to return unread, but I'm super glad that the library did end up purchasing it. The next one is The Last Negroes at Harvard, the class of 1963 and the 18 young men who changed Harvard forever by Garrett and Jeanne Ellsworth. Once again, another book that was on a purchase list and came in incredibly quickly, and that I'm just not gonna have the time to read while I'm trying to do grad school stuff and just plan a wedding and live my life. So unfortunately I do have to return this one unread, but it does look really, really good, so I'll probably definitely check it out at a later point in time. And then there is also Diamond Doris, the true story of the world's most notorious jewel thief, Doris Payne, by Doris Payne herself, and with Zelda Lockhart. This one is really, really hard for me to give up because I'm unsure if I actually don't want to read it. Like, actually, I'm gonna hold on to this one. But yeah, this one was another one that had an incredibly long hold list, I believe. It either had a really long hold list or it was for purchase and it had a long hold list, or like both of those combined. But essentially, I am going to look forward to reading this one, so I'm going to add it to a different pile. And the last of the books I'm going to have to return unread, and I'm actually really, 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 really sad about this one, is Defying Doomsday. This is an anthology about apocalyptic worlds featuring disabled and chronically ill protagonists, and this one was one that I definitely was really excited that the library approved my purchase for. It was recommended to me by Rachel, which I am also Rachel, but it was recommended to me by Rachel Loves Books. I'll leave a link to her channel in the description box down below, but she was like one of my first YouTube friends, still one of my friends, and this book was something that she'd recommended and it sounded really interesting, so asked the library to purchase it. It took them forever and a day to actually purchase it, and sadly I have to return it unread, and it hurts because it looks so good. But there are 3 other people who have requested this book, so I am going to let them get a crack at it first, and then I'll wait till I have enough time to read it. So there we go. And that's pretty much it for the books that I have checked out. The next things that I have checked out are 2 DVDs, one of which I'm going to watch and one of which I'm not going to watch. The one that I am going to watch is, oopsies, the one that I am going to watch is The Lighthouse of Robert Patterson and William Dafoe, and the director is Robert Eggers, who directed The Witch, and I love, love, love The Witch. It's like the creepiest, weird, Christian, Puritan, realistic, historical thriller type story. Like, I loved it. So I'm really excited to see what he does with The Lighthouse, and it's also entirely in black and white, so I'm looking forward to this. I understand there's something about sirens and mermaids and some creepy things, so I don't know what else to explain about the movie, but yes, looking forward to watching this one. And then the one that I'm not going to watch, which I'm actually kind of sad about, is Beloved, starring Oprah Winfrey and Danny Glover, and apparently from the Academy Award-winning director of The Silence of the Lambs. It is 171 minutes long. My attention span is not that long. Like, I can't do it. And also, this is probably a very unpopular thing for me to say, but I don't like Oprah. Like, I just do not. Something about her bothers me, so I don't really like Oprah. I don't know. Maybe I might have it in the background as like background noise one day, but 171 minutes is too long for your girl. It's too long. And that is pretty much it for everything that I have checked out this week. The grand total of money that I saved this week is $215 flat, no change. And that's craziness to me. Like, that is absolute craziness. That 2 weeks worth of books equals $215 for me, especially because there would have been books that I would have had sitting on my shelf for forever and a day I wouldn't have instantly read. There are also books that I would have been upset about purchasing because I didn't really like them as much. And then there would have been the long ass DVD, which literally I would have let gather dust. So $215 that I managed to get everything for free and with no buyer's remorse or anything is absolutely amazing and absolutely perfect for me. Now, as per usual, I have some questions for you guys. The first of which is, what do you currently have checked out from your libraries, and what are you most excited to read? Let me know in the comments below. And the second question is, how are y'all doing on your New Year's resolutions, if you make New Year's resolutions? Because, you know, I feel like the 3rd month of the year is where people have either decided they're going to get back into their resolutions or they've completely scrapped a resolution. So I'm just interested in knowing how y'all are faring with your resolutions. And that's pretty much it for this video. As per usual, thank you all so much for watching. If you ever want to hear me ramble about books ever again, please hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it, and it does help me out in the YouTube algorithm. And yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful day and read a wonderful book, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!